You might be getting an extra stimulus payment if you received unemployment benefits in 2020, and the payment is coming soon. Let's talk through the details. But hey everybody, welcome and thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't done so already, or if you happen to be new here, please make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as I am your one and only daily advocate or underdog advocate right here on YouTube. Thank you so much for your support, and I am back every single day to keep you updated, answer your questions, and do whatever I possibly can to help you out through this time. Thanks again for your support. I truly appreciate it. Let's talk through this. So as many of you probably know, if you received unemployment benefits in 2020, one of the last minute provisions that they added into the $1.9 trillion stimulus package was that they were going to be excluding the first $10,200 of unemployment benefits that you received in 2020 from your income, and you don't need to pay taxes on it. Not bad, right? I like this. This is an awesome provision. Seriously, this is so big for those people who received unemployment benefits. To not need to claim that as income and you don't need to pay taxes on it, I mean, that's seriously huge, provided you earn under $150,000. Now, that is for an individual and as a couple. So regardless of who you are, single or married, and filing jointly, it's still $150,000. However, think of it this way. If you're an individual, it's $10,200 that you don't need to claim as income or that you need to pay taxes on. If you're married and both of you received unemployment benefits in 2020 and you file a joint return, that's $20,400 that you do not need to claim as income or pay taxes on, once again, provided you earn under, as a couple, $150,000, which, let's be real, most people do. There's not that many people out there, like there's a very small percentage of the population that actually earns over $150,000 as a couple, or even as a single person. So either way, this is so cool. But here's what they're doing. So remember, as I said, that $1.9 trillion stimulus package was actually passed on March 11th. However, prior to that, there were roughly, according to the latest report anyway, prior to the passing of that $1.9 trillion stimulus package, there were roughly 7.3 million tax returns with people who received unemployment benefits who actually filed before the passing of this $1.9 trillion package. What that means is that the IRS is going to automatically be amending your tax return and sending out the appropriate refund to you, to take into account the non-taxable $10,200 or $20,400 if you're a married couple filing jointly. So here's what they're going to be doing. They're going to automatically start processing these payments. Let me give you a couple quick examples just to hopefully get you a little bit excited if you're one of these people within this category, which, by the way, over 40 million people received unemployment benefits in 2020. So this is going to apply to a lot of people. But either way, let me tell you some quick numbers to hopefully get you a little excited. So let's just say that you're an individual and you're in a 10% tax bracket. Guess how much that would be? Well, it'd be a little over $1,000 back in your pockets. Basically, another stimulus check. However, let's say you're that same individual, and let's just say, for example, you're in a 25% tax bracket. Guess what? That's a $2,500 refund that you're going to be getting, once again, because you overpaid on your taxes, right? Because you paid taxes on that $10,200. Amazing. Once again, another stimulus payment. Now, of course, this is not being categorized as a stimulus check, but rather it's just a refund because you overpaid on your taxes, right? So this is such a cool provision. I absolutely love this one. I love tax credits and things like this because I feel like, people who are working out there paying in, I feel like give them a break a little bit, give them something back on their taxes. But either way, I love this when people get money back on their taxes. However, here's one thing you got to be aware of. If you owe taxes, so if you owe the IRS some taxes, and let's just say, for example, you owe them $2,000, for example, okay? And you are eligible to receive some money back as a result of this new provision that was added into the $1.9 trillion package. Let's say you would potentially be getting back $1,000, just for example, but yet you owe the IRS $2,000. Well, unfortunately, you're not going to get the $1,000, but rather what they're going to do is they're going to take that $1,000 and apply it against the $2,000 that you owe them. So basically, it would lower your basis down to a $1,000 tax liability. Does that make sense? So if you owe them taxes and you are due a refund, you're not technically going to get the refund. They're just going to apply it against the money that you owe them. But either way, I guess at the end of the day, if you have a debt with the IRS and they're just taking some money that they were going to give you and applying it toward that debt, I mean, realistically, you would have to come out of pocket anyway at some point to pay the IRS. So I feel like, it's kind of like looking at your credit card bill. All of a sudden, you have a $2,000 credit card bill, and some really nice person out in the world sends you a check for $1,000 and just pays off $1,000 of your $2,000 credit card bill. Well, then when you get the bill, it's only $1,000 versus you were expecting $2,000. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's still kind of like, hey, not so bad. I'll still do it. You know what I mean? So it's not so bad at the end of the day, but either way, it's a lot more fun to get a check in your hands or deposited into your account versus just lowering your liability. So either way, but here's how they're going to start distributing these refunds. So in May, they're going to start sending out the refunds for individual filers. So those people who filed individually, like single people who filed individually, who are expected to receive a refund from the $10,200 of non-taxable unemployment benefits from 2020, you're going to be the ones to get the refunds first. Then, starting in June, they're going to start automatically amending tax returns for those people who file jointly, like as a married couple filing a joint return, or those people who have a more complicated tax return. They're going to start processing those in June and throughout the summer. So, one thing you got to do with this is you got to be a little patient. So there's nothing we can do to expedite this process. However, if you fall into this category, they will automatically process your amendment. So if you've already filed your tax return prior to prior to March 11th or so, since this went into effect, they're just going to automatically process your tax return, and you do not need to file an amendment. In fact, they've come out and said, do not file an amendment. So if you're one of these people, that's basically what they're saying. However, full disclaimer, I'm not your accountant. I'm not your CPA. I can't give you tax advice. I'm just giving you general advice. Of course, I don't know your exact situation, so I can't help you out on a specific one-on-one basis. But this is just the information that the IRS is giving in their reports and in their announcements. So either way, cool stuff. And yes, this is basically, I guess you could call it, another stimulus payment for those people receiving unemployment benefits. Like I said, it's not actually being categorized as a stimulus check, but when you look at the dollar amount, it's coming out to be essentially another stimulus check. By the time you get your refund, depending on which tax bracket you're in, 10%, whatever, 25%, 22%, whatever tax bracket you're in, you're basically going to get that amount back, so whatever. I mean, it could be a nice refund is basically what I'm getting at for a lot of people. So very exciting for those people. Congratulations. And those should start going out here very soon. So continue watching your accounts for a deposit from the IRS, and continue watching your mailbox if you typically receive your refunds as a paper check in the mail, just so you don't overlook it for some reason. Either way, hope this helps you out. Thanks so much for your support. Please make sure to please make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. That's always awkward when that happens. And then please feel free to share this video or check out any of my other videos here on the channel. I have over 1,000 videos now, and I love coming back each and every day to help you out in any way I can. Thanks again. You're awesome. I truly appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next video.